Hello everyone, JRDeal96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Jacksepticeye video and it's another meme time video. Now obviously this is probably clickbait, and based on the title, my final meme time. It's clearly not the last meme time. He's clickbaiting you. It's obvious. It's the final meme time of 2021. That's what it was. So I wonder what memes are we gonna see this in this video. Probably a lot of, like, year-end stuff and stuff like that, and probably stuff about how Sean got COVID. So there's probably that too, probably. I don't know. But well, I hope it's not in a negative light, the whole COVID thing, but who knows. But anyways, let's just get right into it. So without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
Welcome back, everybody! Another year is through. Can you believe it? We've been inside for so long now. Nothing else to do.
Whatever.
What are we gonna do?
Memes.
We're gonna look at some memes.
It's meme time, it's meme time. Gather all your friends, it's meme time, it's meme time, it's meme time. The only cure for sadness.
Please, memes. Please save us.
Save us from this hell on earth.
Make the sadness go away. Make it go bye-bye. Please make... What are you doing?
What? Whoa!
I'm just looking at memes.
The fuck?
Why? Are you looking at memes unsecured on the internet? I mean, yeah.
The fuck? That caught me off guard.
No, you don't deserve them anymore. No.
What the fuck?
No.
ExpressVPN or some shit? Is this going to be a paid promotion?
Okay.
Aw. Aw.
Oh my god. Can you believe that guy was browsing the internet without using a VPN? Like NordVPN? What an absolute
Or
stinky head. NordVPN is only the best VPN on the planet. And it's so easy to use. You just sign up and it's one click and you're browsing the internet safely and hiding your IP from all those inkers online. You can use it on so many devices as well.
Windows,
You can use it on
Android,
your
Mac
desktop,
OS,
use it on your
iOS,
phone,
Linux,
use it on
Chrome,
your
Firefox,
laptop.
and Edge.
Why wouldn't you use it? Oh, well, I don't know if I need a VPN because blah, blah. Have you ever tried to watch something online and then you realize it's not available in your country or your area?
Yeah.
There's no hot singles in your area to watch? That's what a VPN can help you do. You can then go online, click the VPN, say that you're in America, hide your IP address, and then you can watch all the shows that are on other platforms in other countries. It's so easy. Why are you not doing it already? In all seriousness, I actually use NordVPN all the bloody time. I know this is a sponsored thing and everything, but I really genuinely do use it because there's so many times when I want to watch something.
Obviously
that
with
people recommend
Disney
and I can't
Plus.
watch it because it's only available in America or only available in Asia or something like that. And then using a VPN like Nord
Would help you get it and able to go watch it on your own with no issue.
It helped so much when I got stranded in America with COVID because I was sitting there and I wanted to watch shows with Evelyn, and then when we figured out what we wanted to watch, we couldn't watch it at the same time because I was in America, she was in the UK, the show wasn't available in both places, so NordVPN to the rescue, and then we both got to watch the same show at the same time, and it stopped me from becoming miserable. I've used it a ton of times as well for games. Sometimes games come out at different times in different locations.
Oh yeah, the region lock stuff.
I used NordVPN to be able to play the game earlier here in Europe because it's out in America. Look, it's just a really handy thing to have, and I love NordVPN. If you go to nordvpn.com/Jacksepticeye, you get a 2-year plan plus a bonus gift, huge discount. I'm just trying to keep you safe, okay? I care about you. You're my audience. I want you to go out there and be safe and secure, okay?
Is this a meme time video or is this a paid promotion video?
NordVPN is like a hug for your IP. Anyway, thank you, Nord, for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description. All the information will be down there. Thank you. A family reunion.
Aww.
It's good to be home. It sure is.
Yeah.
So, I know a lot of the memes on this one, a lot of the memes in this episode are going to be talking about the fact that I had COVID.
Yeah.
Which I never thought I would get. And I think that that's kind of the consensus going around with a lot of people is that you never think you can be as safe as you want, and you can do everything in your power to try and like mitigate it happening. But I never ever thought that I would get it, and now I'm like, why did I ever think that? It's so highly infectious and it's everywhere right now that a lot of people are going to get it, but yes, I got it, I got over it, I'm back home. For anyone who doesn't know, who wasn't keeping up with anything that was going on, I got it when I was in America. I got it the very last day that I was there. Well, I didn't get it the last day I was there, but I started showing symptoms the last day I was there. And we had to get tested for flying home anyway, and then it came back positive, and then I had to stay an extra like 7 to 8 days in LA in this tiny ass little hotel room all on my own. And I'm surprised I didn't go nuts, but I kind of did a little bit, trying to get over it, and I went big on TikTok.
They try to like kill time and try to stay sane.
Coming home from a trip than I did after this one, because it was just awful. It got worse than I like showed online. A lot of the stuff that I was showing online was like, yeah, I'm getting better and fever's gone and those things, but there was a couple of times where I was like, oh my god, this is like awful, this is the worst thing ever. And then having like asthma, and I was kind of worried.
Oh, that was what I was worried about too.
Health condition.
Because my mom has asthma, and I'm worried about her.
So a nurse had to come to my hotel room with an IV bag with antibodies in it and inject it into my arm.
Oh my god.
Those are really hard to get and really rare, and I was very, very lucky to be able to get it, and I feel so fortunate that I was, because I feel like that helped me a lot. And not everyone who gets COVID is fortunate enough to be able to get those antibodies like injected through IV. I have a whole IV story as well that maybe I'll tell in a different video, but it was bad. But yeah, it's so good to be back home. I missed BB and Evelyn so much.
Aww.
But I did it. I'm back.
I'm pretty sure Evelyn cried when she saw you.
Things are better now, but yeah, it really, really sucks.
I can only imagine.
And I was like, okay, I can finally relax.
But then you're like,
Stresses of thankfulness are over, getting past COVID is over, and then I got home, and now I have horrible stomach issues, and I feel like I need to throw up like all the time. So it's just one thing after another, you know. It's a hard end of the year, but we'll get through it.
this man really speaks nothing but facts.
Having COVID really sucks, but you know what's worse?
Listening to people about it.
NFTs.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the amount of NFT talk that goes on online right now.
Yeah.
Look, all I say is that crypto stuff is probably the future. Like, the way things are going, everything's getting more digital and everything's getting more advanced, and there's all these different things going on that crypto stuff probably is going to stay around, and it probably is going to be the future of economy and things like that. And NFTs are a part of that, but right now it just absolutely sucks to listen to.
Yeah.
The amount of people who are doing like try to get rich quick stuff, the amount of it that are just scams.
Yep.
The amount of it are people are like stealing artwork and just reselling it as an NFT and they don't even own it. There's a lot of horrible shit around it that I'm just like, I don't want to listen to it right now. Maybe in like 5 years when stuff gets better, or 10 years, or who knows when. It'll probably get better. There's probably a best use case for an NFT.
Yeah,
There's
obviously,
probably
but
version of it
people
that exists that's
exploit
probably
it and
decent
just,
and
you
just
know,
something cool.
does it for a
Right
negative
now, I don't
purpose.
think we're living in that. I feel like
No.
it's a lot of, just feels like a lot of people who are trying to make a lot of money really quickly talking about it. Like, that's probably all it's ever going to be. But
Yeah,
I
that
just
which
don't
is
like
sad,
listening to it.
honestly.
Just sounds like a bunch of douchebags. And the
Yeah.
amount of NFT offers I've gotten.
Oh, shit.
Hundreds upon hundreds of people being like, we can do this, we can do that, we can sell this, we can sell that. Oh my god, it's too much. I don't care. How did they move, or why did they move exactly in sync?
What?
Oh my god.
Oh
that's
my
weird.
god, that is creepy as hell.
Similar. It's perfectly timed. What is that? Like, watch that, but look in the middle of both of them so you can like get both in your peripheral vision. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like they do the same exact like head movement.
Or did you just manage to find two things that synced up really well? I don't know how you would have found that, but that's creepy. I feel like it's probably because Sean watched Mark a lot back then.
Yeah.
Like, religiously. Maybe his movements were just absorbed. No.
No.
Yes, I did watch Mark videos back before I started my channel,
Yes.
but it was not this version of Mark. It was like the short-haired, like 30
Loud as
50K
fuck
subs
version of him.
Then I started my channel. We were both heavily doing YouTube back then. I didn't have time to watch YouTube back then. I made this tweet and I can't stop giggling at it. Worms exist, baby birds.
Oh my god.
That was the last TikTok I did in that room. I needed to have some like closure on it, leaving that space. It was so weird to be in one room for 7 days and not leave at all.
It felt weird too, being in a hotel room by myself in California when I went to California.
My name is Markiplier. Jack the Bird, press that like button like a boss. Me?
What?
Well, of course your face is going to be like that because you made up a weird scenario.
Yeah.
These comments, what is going on? Are we like back in 2016 again? Those are the types of comments that we would see all the time back then. It's so weird. Did I travel back in time when I was stuck in that hotel room? And now that I'm back out of it, everything's just reverted? Are we gonna see something about Jacksepticeye soon?
Oh no! Oh no!
Local paper, and they even left out the William. No. Yeah, Sean McLaughlin. Wow. Awfully YouTubers delight as charity event raises over $7 million.
Wow.
Hell yeah. Let's go Thankmas, baby! Thankmas still open, by the way. We're up to 7.6 million raised now. It's a shame it didn't get to the 10 million. I don't think we're going to be able to hit the 10 million.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But you got close.
Because it's now.
You got 75% at least.
A really good effort.
Yes, you guys did phenomenal. I'm surprised at how much money you guys have raised within a short period of time.
Like, as big as possible and trying to get as much money raised as possible. And it's a shame that some of the people who said that they were going to help out, I reached out to so many other YouTubers, and a bunch of them said yes and that they would help out. And then when the day came, they didn't do anything for it, which it bums me out. I don't want to like say names and drag people's names and throw them under the bus or anything like that, because I get that people get busy and everything, and people commit to things without fully realizing what they're committing to and things like that. But it did kind of bum me out to see that not everyone came through, because I really feel like we could have raised.
Yeah, they could have easily raised a lot more if so.
Like really big heavy hitters that we could have hit 10 million with, but it is what it is. We raised 7.6 million, which is way beyond what we did last year, and I'm incredibly proud of it.
That's great. It's still an amazing feat regardless.
You did help out. Thank you so much.
I wish I was able to actually, contribute as well, but unfortunately a lot of stuff got in my way. Obviously California got in my way.
So incredibly grateful.
But I was cheering you on from the sidelines.
You can see like top donors down here on the website. Some of the biggest donations that came through. You can see the top fundraising events that happened. You can see the top teams. It's incredible. Thank you guys so much. I'm so unbelievably proud of the event. And I can't wait for next year's.
Yeah.
Pick a better picture though. I know, right? Like, what is this? Smiling.
It's like they took a photo of, like, from a thumb, like they took a frame from a video and put it on a paper.
I like it. I like that they have information about a news story in there. It's not just about...
Wait, is that Newsday? Or, like, New York Post or some shit?
McLaughlin, who... Oh, wait. It's doing that thing, but whatever. Normally there's a bunch of information in it that's not relevant to what you're talking about, but I'm glad that at least it's getting some sort of...
Or it's like something.
It's crazy. You know
it looks like
what pissed me off was that there was so many articles and like people online talking about it, and so many versions of people talking about me getting COVID, and then saying that I exposed all of the OTV members to it, and that, I exposed all these streamers to COVID while I was in LA.
Oh my god.
And that was the narrative that was running with it. And one of the lines was like, we're not sure how serious McLaughlin was taking the pandemic. I'm like, What? I took it incredibly seriously all the time. And I advocated for like vaccines and being safe and sanitizing everything all the time. Like, we don't know, so assume the worst kind of journalism. And I hate that. And there was nothing that to do with like, we hope him a good recovery or like his well-being. It was all about like who I gave it to. And then there was almost no articles around Thankmas and how much money it raised. And the same
because people just have nothing better to do but just ruin your image.
All the time, because that shit hits better and the headlines are tastier.
Because they are so sick and tired of you, and they'd rather make fun of your dad's death than anything else. Those scumbags.
As the community all together and raised over $7 million. 7.5. closer to $8 million than 7 at this point. But no, they're just doing it.
It's like similar to a PewDiePie. When, you know, he lost that scare PewDiePie, they rather not talk about the fact that he raised nearly $3 million for charity, but they rather talk about a video where that featured an anti-Semitic joke in it.
Articles like that, I mean, I didn't have to read them, I could have avoided them, but just seeing that kind of stuff be written, it was just so shitty. And it's not even just because it was written about me and, oh, boo-hoo, I'm stuck in a room. Like, it was safer to do that, and I would have gladly missed Christmas if it meant keeping people safe. I don't know, it's just the idea of that kind of journalism goes around all the time, and that articles like that are written about people constantly. And it just goes to show that the amount of good stuff that people are probably doing in the world that goes overlooked because it's not as clickbaity.
Yes.
I hate that. Say no to Nestle. Wait, Nescafe is Nestle? Oh, God. You can't defeat me. Anyone who hates Nestle, I know, but he can.
Yeah, top of the morning. They're going to be applied to Starbucks or even Dunkin' Donuts, too.
Yeah, maybe it's not that hot a take. But something I thought would be fun to do, I didn't realize how much I've been recording already, but I wanted to go over some of the memes while I was gone, but I also wanted to do, since it's the end of the year, I thought it'd be fun if we went over like the top memes of this year.
Yeah,
we can go to this year and go over those and see what kind of, maybe do like a little Reddit recap kind of thing of this year. Because I was stuck in LA and I didn't get time, and now I'm home and I'm kind of still sick.
Aww.
I didn't really get time to do a nostalgia week this time, and it just wasn't.
Oh wow! I just realized that.
There's so much that I was supposed to plan at the end of this year, and I just didn't get it done. And I had. Like,
and Kobe's like, "Oh, I got better ideas."
So it's a bit of a mess. So
that's
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
I thought we might celebrate maybe the biggest memes that weren't up on the subreddit this year. The 3 stages of man. Oh, you gotta read it this way though. November, January, yeah. Good luck, America. What the fuck, America? Congrats, America. So, wow, one of these got 380k likes?
That was the day of the Capitol stuff.
Those were different times back then. It was only last year that everything seemed to be even more doom and gloom. Thankfully, the end of this year is a little bit better. We do have a lot of COVID going around, and Omicron is kind of wreaking havoc right now. But the amount of people like dying from the virus seems to be staying low. Vaccines and boosters are rolling out. A lot of people seem to be getting those. So I think there's like a turning point happening. Hopefully, maybe. I don't want to say that.
Maybe, but who knows?
And then everyone will come back next year and point to this video and be like, Jack should stop talking. Where enemy met Sean in London. Oh, this is the second biggest post of the year? That's cool. Yeah, I remember this. We were walking around London. We took a weekend away, me and Evelyn, just to kind of like hang out and do stuff, and it was really fun. I met this guy walking down the street, and he was absolutely delightful. Be better, YouTube. This is my video. Yes.
I happen to swear in it.
Okay. And because of that, I'm going to set it to not for children. Sounds good to me. So it's not meant for children, and I can swear in it. Demonetized for swearing in a kid's video. I don't really get the rules anymore.
Yeah.
I don't get the amount of you're allowed to do. I don't get what's
because YouTube is more concerned about disliking, disabling the number of dislikes.
It's more of a, if you've never watched Jacksepticeye kind of perception of the channel, but it's never ever been like that. And anybody who actually watches the channel knows that. But it seems like YouTube didn't care for a while and kind of set my channel for kids. I think it might still be set for kids, because I think it's when you hit like subscribe and then a notification bell and then to receive notifications, isn't there a thing that tells you like you can't do this on channels deemed for kids? And that was on my channel for a while, and I'm like,
if it was for kids, then you wouldn't be able to, like, it would say it.
Constantly, I talk about
it would say it.
Bigger things than kids can even understand. A lot of the
you wouldn't be able to play it on when you like put it back down on the bottom part of the screen.
Channels that don't swear and are very kid friendly get way more views and recommendeds. So what do we want?
You have an app called YouTube Kids. Use it.
Say true to ourselves. I think we all know the app.
Promote that as a website.
More views. More money.
Come on.
Fuck it. It's not me. I don't care. So I drew a Sean. This took me about 8
wow.
hours. I would die if he saw it.
Holy shit! Does that look good?
It sounds like a really horrible thing if I look at your artwork. But this is very,
That
very
is
good.
so good.
And the fact that you did that in 8 hours is
That took a
incredible.
long...
Thank you.
8
I love the
hours,
sparks.
8 hours
I had an
worth
obsession with putting these
well
types of
spent
sparks
for that.
in thumbnails for a while. Almost this exact type of ember. I don't know if you just did this because it looks cool or because you picked up on the thumbnail thing. Either way, I love it. If you look at the Resident Evil 7 thumbnails, go back and look at that playlist right now. I think every single thumbnail has this in it. And I think some of them have scan lines in it as well because I was just obsessed with those effects. And I
Of
thought that was
course.
cool.
Look at
Found
you,
this and I
Auntie.
love it. The number of kids who identify as LGBT, especially trans and bisexual, has absolutely skyrocketed. If you think this is a natural or organic development, you're deluded. The media, Hollywood, and the school system actively recruit children into the LGBT ranks. I know what you're thinking. What absolute nonsense garbage. And I thought the exact same thing, so I tweeted back, it's called progress. People are more comfortable being who they truly are as society heads in the right direction. Which is not even that big a take. And not even that, like, oh, got him. It's just pure, absolute common sense. And
Yeah.
this is clearly bait.
Yes.
But it was just so dumb that I had to say something about it.
Yeah.
I feel like we live in this age now where you go back and you watch certain TV shows. Like, there's a couple of... I've been watching Friends again recently, and there's a couple of jokes in it and a couple of things in it where I'm like, man, we wouldn't do that today because society has changed so much. And that we're moving in this direction that people are way more comfortable being themselves and more open about it. And it's not... I mean, I already said it in the tweet, but it's not just... that, oh, it's cool to be gay or bisexual or trans.
No.
It's just that people are able to do it so much more now and be themselves
And be
without
more
fear of
comfortable about
repercussions
it.
as much as back in the day. I remember growing up in the 90s and it's just so different. I'm so glad that
One of
we're
my
heading in
cousins
that
is
direction.
lesbian, and obviously I have
People
no
can be
problem with
themselves
that.
so much more
That's her
easily
choice.
than ever before, and we still have so long to go. There's still such a massive way to go in regards to making it more normalized, but I'm so glad that we have progressed in certain aspects. My philosophy has always been that if you are a certain way in your life and you want to live that way to the fullest, you might as well do that and
Yes.
have other people say shit about you, because what's the
Don't let
alternative?
some idiot talk you out
Is
of
that
it.
you hide that version of yourself, you don't get to be yourself, you become miserable because of it, and people are going to say shit to you anyway. So you might as well just be yourself and live your life and just move on. Like these shitheads will
The
always
shitheads
come.
should just shut the
will
fuck
always
up
fall
and
apart
go
and
live their
disappear.
lives to the
But you being
fullest,
yourself
instead of
will always
fucking
make
being
the
so
world a better
miserable
place. There's a
about
really good
that
Brooklyn
idea.
Nine-Nine quote. Every time someone steps up and says who they are, the world becomes a better, more interesting place. That sentence really stuck with me because that's kind of how I've always thought, but could never really...
Put into
I
words.
didn't know how to articulate it in such a succinct way, and I think that absolutely holds true. Nothing to see here, just saying that we are here for you and we love you, Jack. Oh, that's so sweet.
I think it was because that was.
11 months ago. Yeah, this is after my father had passed, so that's really sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Maybe we'll do like a little recap of the year outside of this as well, like an extra video, just to kind of... I know, I feel like a lot happened this year.
Yeah, he did that, so I gotta still check that out.
This was a big one when I asked for it.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was great.
Again, it feels like forever ago that I actually had that and I shaved again, so... When will the man bun be back? We don't know.
2014. I don't really like anime.
2021. I fucking
Love anime. Yeah, a lot has
I feel
changed.
like I was just lying to myself, you know? Anime's so cool now. Ever watched, like, Jujutsu Kaisen? Or the earlier seasons of Attack on Titan? I don't really like the newest season. And I'm a manga reader for Attack on Titan. So, my opinion matters more than you anime onlys. Sorry, it's just facts. This one, Sean and Felix were sitting right behind Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie. They didn't even know it was... It was a fun video to do.
Yeah, it was because there was a
Back
big
when we
giant
had to
mirror.
wear masks indoors. Like, it wasn't like an option. It was absolutely mandatory to do. 3 cuties in one picture. Oh, my 2 boys watching TV together the other day. Such a nice picture. I didn't even know she took it either until afterwards. So nice. BB's so cute. He's so delightful. Old house too. We moved this year as well.
Oh, yeah.
Couples. Strong women,
Strong women, strong women.
Have you ever farted and it sounded like your butthole was asking you a question?
Oh my god.
Oh, it still makes me laugh. The amount of times, whenever I tweet
You
something
tweet
like
something
this,
so
it
fucking
always
stupid,
starts
it
with
makes
me
you
turning to
fucking
Evelyn
laugh.
going, babe, I have a banger tweet right now. And she's just like, okay, and then I say it to her, and she kind of like giggles, and then I reword it, and then she laughs more, and then I'm like, okay, that's the version. I like workshop my tweets to Evelyn.
Yeah,
Tell her my
you
jokes,
just proofread it to her, and then, you know, you...
For all of you being like, Jack, why did you tweet this? Just know that Evelyn has to go through that before any of you do. She's the true hero. Right
Oh
here.
my god.
Of course, there was the time 8 months ago when Google said that I was Corb's husband. That was a moment.
Oh jeez, yeah.
So mad I didn't grow up with this, but at least I joined the journey. That's a different take on this sort of meme. Normally, it's like,
I kind of grew up with
this,
Jack a little bit, but I
I'm
grew
so
mostly with Mark.
that I still watch
But not,
this or something like
and
that.
somewhat with
But,
Felix.
yeah, there's the amount of people who come in like now this year or last year, and there's so many jokes and memes, and a lot of people saying like, I don't really get the Happy Wheels era, or I don't get the Skate 3 or Turbo Dismount kind of stuff, or the Prop Hunt era, that they kind of wish they
Kind
did,
of
'cause
were
they feel
able
like they
to
missed out on a
witness
bunch of
it
stuff.
when it
There really
happened.
was a different period in existence for YouTube. I feel like maybe it's just because I've gone through it, but I feel like this period and this like how YouTubers like came about back then feels so much different than now. It feels like when you hear about a YouTuber now, they just get like 30 million views a video, and suddenly they're massive and they're everywhere, and there's so many people talking about them. And it's just, it feels like too much too quick. There's no like growth to it anymore.
It's not a natural growth. It's like
explode,
one video,
editors,
boom, you're famous.
producers, and they have whole teams behind them, and it just feels different. I feel
It's
like
not
there's
like a
very few
natural
YouTubers who are,
growth, like a
the person
slow
in their bedroom
rise,
because
like
they're
how
bored.
Markiplier,
There's some people who do it
Jacksepticeye,
now
and
that everyone knows
PewDiePie
that it can
rose
become a
to
job.
fame.
Like when I started, I didn't
It's
know
like
it could
the
become a
you
job.
post a video,
That wasn't,
boom,
like,
you're
the intention
instantly
ever.
famous.
Now it feels like a lot of people who do it, there's a lot of people who like do it to become a job, and they do, and that's great. I'm so glad that so many people are doing it. It's just, it feels very different now. It feels a lot more like curated than organic. But again, maybe that's just old boomer me having gone through this and seeing,
Old
like, the
boomer
younger
me.
generation of it. Actually, that's not true. There are
Okay, boomer.
a few younger YouTubers now coming up, like Tommy, Tubbo, Ranboo, all of those guys who are blowing up, and they're just doing it for fun and has turned into a job. You know what? Screw what I'm saying. I'm glad that I proved myself wrong here. I don't know, just maybe the vibe on YouTube as a whole, like the actual platform itself, feels very different. Like with back then there was no copyright and like demonetization and those types of things. They didn't exist.
Back then,
like,
it didn't.
wherever you want,
Wasn't an
everything that you
issue. It
uploaded
wasn't
went
as
to your
more
subscribers,
strict.
and there was no like ringing of bells and algorithms hiding videos from subscribers because they haven't watched you in a week, kind of thing. So it just felt very different back then than it does now. And I'm sure the people that I mentioned growing up now, once they get to like 8-9 years doing this, that something else will have changed, and the new upcoming generation will be completely different. They'll be like, man, this didn't exist when I was doing it back in my day, kind of thing. Press F to pay respects. This is 'cause I moved, I think 8 months ago. Did I move by then? April? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the laugh
disappeared from
board, the
behind me,
big
and then everyone was
whiteboard.
freaking out that the change was too much. Rip in peace, whiteboard. I like this one as well, not just because of the absolutely amazing joke that got set up in this set of tweets, but also having this here shows that, like, yeah, we got to meet so many cool people this year as well. Well, kind of last year, but really getting to know them this year and meeting Toast and them. And I got to meet them in person, finally. And
Really?
It was delightful, and it was so nice to hang out with them. So I like that. I like these memes that kind of like capture moments in time. Stuff like this is a big meme, but it doesn't really capture a moment in time for the year. Oh yeah, Nicola made this
Oh, that's cute.
wonderful sprite, and then we asked, we paid them to use it as a U2's figure, which everybody got then, which is the Gaelic Gladiator one. That was so cool. I want to do more stuff with U2's, and I think we are. I just don't know what to do.
I know what you could do.
type
Your
of, like-
egos. How about that?
Because it's easy to just do another version of me, but I want it to be cool. I want it to be something worth.
Do your
buying. I don't just
characters.
want to
Come on.
go
Isn't
with
that
it.
hard to do?
I want to, like, this one. I really love.
Like, I would not buy. I would not mind buying all the egos there. Come on, dude.
Like
It's
felt like
that.
a
It's
character from an
easy.
anime or a show or
There's
something.
your fucking.
Cool.
I just
Anyway,
gave you your fucking ideas.
Because I've just been recording for too long and I don't want the video to get.
I
too
just
long.
gave you the fucking ideas right there.
Maybe I'll do a video kind of recounting the year and summing up our 2021 because there was a lot of good stuff and some not so good stuff, and I feel like it's just kind of nice to get closure on a year every year doing one of those videos. And normally I go into like the next year saying, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that, and next year's going to be better. And then was it last year or the year before where I was like, I don't care, I just want to exist next year kind of thing. I can't remember. We'll go over it in that. But thank you guys for watching this one. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Alrighty. So, that was some fun stuff. But let's talk about that little fucking thing in the beginning with that NordVPN sponsor ad thing he did in the beginning. That really caught me off guard. I thought I just heard his. I did not even notice that like another another version of him walked into the room in the back. Like I didn't even notice that. Like I didn't even realize because it was like so dark in that particular portion of the room that I didn't even notice it. But there was some pretty funny memes, and mostly it was him just talking about a lot of things, like how when he got COVID and he stayed in that hotel room, he had a nurse come over to give him like a bag of like an IV, a bag of antibodies, and insert it into his body so that it would help him with recuperating more quickly, in a sense. So that is just the one thing I didn't even know. Like that's crazy. Like, and obviously that was what I was more concerned for him, because I knew he had asthma, and knowing how much that how dangerous COVID could be, because it could really target the weakest points of your body, really too. It just your lungs will become just horrible, and especially with people with asthma. And I'm more worried with my mom because she has asthma, and God forbid that happens. I don't want that to happen. But that's what I was more concerned of when I heard that he got COVID. I'm like, oh no. I hope he does well. I hope he recovers because because of his asthma and everything. Because as long as you have a strong immune system, then I think you'll be fine. But I think the reason why a lot of people died was because their immune systems weren't strong enough to combat it. So I have no idea. But anyways, I don't want to get into that rabbit hole or anything, because it's just going to turn into political stuff, and I'm not really into political stuff. But overall, that was really fun to watch. Like that one meme of of Mark and Sean, like clip of them just kind of moving in sync together. I was like very creepy. I'm like, the fact that they kind of knew what they were doing. I feel like it might have been two separate videos of like their perspectives or some shit. Or was it just a prop hunt video that Mark did with Bob and Wade and Sean? Was it one of those things? I have no idea. I think it was one of those things. But also the another thing too was he talked about Thankmas, and now they raised $7.5 million, which is fucking insane. Like, to raise that much money in a day. Wow. Like, come on. That like, you can't go wrong with that. And even still, the fucking mainstream media, the fucking media decides, let's try to paint him in a negative light, despite the fact that he raised over $7 million fucking dollars. Say that he exposed everybody to COVID, blah, 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 blah. It's like, come on, dude. Shut the fuck up. Get better fucking ideas instead of trying to fucking paint people in a negative light, J. Jonah Jameson. Come on. He's a menace. Jacksepticeye's a menace. But, anyways, I think overall, that's really it, really. Like, overall, Sean he had his ups and downs in 2021. Obviously, it wasn't as, like, he became a lot less active. Like, he was gone for, like, a couple months because of his, health. And the death of his dad. And unfortunately, the death of his dad was just the worst thing to happen. And, stuff like that. And what was worse was the fact that there were people out there making fun at the fact that his father died. The fact that happened is probably one of the most disgusting thing that I see, and it sucks that people are willing to go that low in their fucking life, because they clearly have the balls to fucking say it behind a fucking computer screen, but they clearly don't have the fucking balls to fucking say it into his fucking face. They'd rather be MJF and run away like a fucking chicken shit. So, I don't know. But anyways, I think, yeah, Sean had his ups and downs, but, I'm glad that Sean, got, some recognition for his, charity efforts during the Thankmas event. Unfortunately, they didn't reach their goal of 10 million, but they were close. They got 75% in a sense. They got 75% completed, and that's what matters. Is as long as you got pretty close to your goal, at the end of the day, it still matters. But it would have been great if they were able to make that goal in time, which is really unfortunate. So that's really there. But also, again, another thing too was like, that one meme with the top of the morning coffee, and stuff like that, like the Thor Ragnarok meme. I saw that with like someone did the same meme before Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, it shows Avatar saying you can't beat me, and then Endgame goes no, but he can, and then No Way Home comes up. I'm like, there's no way, no pun intended, that's gonna happen. There's no way No Way Home is gonna make over $2.9 billion at the box office. Because if it did, it would have made it to 2 billion by this point, but it's not. It's at 1.4 at least, I think, the last time I checked, and it's still killing it at the box office. Still, despite the fact that the cases have risen, they didn't care. Like, these people wanted to see Spider-Man, and they wanted to possibly even see the other versions of Spider-Man show up if they were going to, like that whole thing. That was why. So it made a lot of money at the box office, and I'm glad it did. I'm glad it's the highest grossing movie this year in 2021. Like, it's crazy, But anyways, that's really it on this reaction. But anyways, I also want to mention my absence. I wanted to address my absence for the past week. Unfortunately, due to a lot of personal matters and stuff, like, honestly, there was like a lot of things building up in me that were kind of leaking out in a way, and I feel like I kind of was burnt out without realizing it, like, because I was kind of like trying to push myself to get like the Q&A and the pumpkin BTS stuff done by these specific dates, and I just kept it was so overwhelming that I didn't have the time to really get them done on time, and it got so overwhelming. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna take a break for at least a week. That's what at the end of what I ended up doing. So again, I apologize for my lack of uploads for the last few days, for the last week until more recently. So I hope you guys can understand all that, because obviously I always say that like I said that about Sean and even Ethan when they decided to go on their breaks. I said, take as much time off as you need. Recharge yourself mentally. Just take your time. Do what you need to do what needs to be done, and then when you feel ready to come back, we'll be here welcoming you back with open arms. But I kind of started to miss it too, like, because I don't want to stop, because I have a lot of fun making these, like, like, it's so fun to share my love and experience and my thoughts on types of videos and my opinions on certain things, because I think it's kind of awesome to see that. But, you know, I do want to do more this year because, you know, obviously, since I've been doing this now for nearly 10 years, it's just been a little interesting dynamic. Like, what else could I do that, you know, instead of just doing just reaction videos, which is probably what people are probably sick of right now. And I understand, and I fucking get it. I fucking get it. I seriously do. But I am trying to get enough time to think of what else to do. And maybe that break kind of helped me a little bit, besides, you know, trying to get those, you know, other two videos, the BTS and the Q&A done. But, you know, it kind of gave me, you know, time to really think of it, some stuff, you know. So anyways, I think overall, I'm glad I'm back. I decided to come back after a week and just not doing anything. And I hope Sean does well this year. And I hope Sean does pretty good this year. And, you know, he doesn't have to deal with any personal matters or, you know, health problems. Because he had to deal with his stomach issues again. It's just like, ugh. He can't fucking catch the fucking break at all, this fucker. He can't. So that's unfortunate for him. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to check out my Instagram because my cool at Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and myself. I also reenact as a cosplays on there, so go check it out. And be sure to check out my Tumblr and my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRD96 signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.